What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to another episode of The Drop. And this week features two awesome titles that are pretty much two of the biggest games that are coming out this fall, in my opinion, which are Middle-earth: Shadow of War and The Evil Within 2. And there are some other games sprinkled in there if you are not interested in either of those. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the new games that are coming out this week. So first off, we have Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which is coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Go behind enemy lines to forge your army, conquer fortresses, and dominate Mordor from within. Experience how the award-winning Nemesis system creates unique personal stories from every enemy and follower and confront the full power of the Dark Lord Sauron and his ring wraiths in this epic new story of Middle-earth. So the main reason this game has been in the news in the past couple of weeks is because of a couple of money-oriented reasons. So first off, there are going to be microtransactions within the game, which was much to the chagrin of a lot of the fans that were looking forward to this game, because it simply doesn't lend itself to having microtransactions whatsoever. I mean, there's no multiplayer element here. You are literally experiencing a war unfold in Mordor. We don't need loot boxes in that. On top of that, there was the memorializing DLC of one of the developers that died during the development of the game, and that piece of DLC was going to be charged for on day one, and then supposedly all of the proceeds were going to be going to the family to help pay for funeral expenses. But then it was revealed that that wasn't exactly how it was going to be working necessarily, and so then people were confused, and then they changed how they were going to do it again before just scrapping the entire plan and saying they were going to put out the DLC for free and then donate a good sum of money to the family instead. So with all of that drama aside, looking at the game itself, it still looks absolutely fantastic aside from the microtransactions. The gameplay is buttery smooth, just like Shadow of Mordor, and then on top of that, I love the combat and fighting style of this game because it is very much like a Batman Arkham Knight City, Asylum, any of those kind of games. You're going to be getting that same kind of experience within the Lord of the Rings franchise. So if you were a fan of Shadow of Mordor, or if you are a fan of that kind of fighting combat style, or if you have a ton of money to blow on worthless microtransactions, then you might want to check out Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which is coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC this week. Next up, we have The Evil Within 2 coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. From Shinji Mikami, The Evil Within 2 takes the acclaimed franchise to a new level with its unique blend of psychological thrills and true survival horror. Sebastian Castellanos has lost everything, including his daughter Lily. To save her, he's forced to partner with Mobius, the shadowy group responsible for the destruction of his former life. For his last chance at redemption, the only way out is in. Perhaps a better phrasing of that last sentence is better out than in, as I always say. So a couple of bullet points here. Face disturbing enemies, survive encounters with sadistic enemies and twisted creatures in a world filled with anxiety-inducing thrills and disturbing moments, and then you can choose how to survive attack from the shadows, run like hell, or going guns blazing with very limited ammo. Admittedly, I never played the first Evil Within, but I did hear some fantastic things about it, and of course it is coming out just at the right time of year. Whenever it's like the middle of October, everybody's getting kind of pumped up for Halloween, and so this kind of horror psychological thriller is going to go over very well with fans if I was to guess how the sales are going to be. Overall, the story sounds good. You can play through the game however you want, whether you want to be stealthy, running, or just going in guns blazing temporarily since you have limited ammo. These are a couple of elements that I like about the game, so I might give it a shot at some point, but it's certainly not going to be a day one pickup for me. Next up, we have Raid World War 2 coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One after it's been out on PC for a couple of months now. So Raid World War 2 is an action-packed 4-player cooperative shooter set during a time when the Nazi war machine was still going strong. During the worldwide fight against evil, 4 prisoners of war are freed from a Gestapo jail to take down Hitler and his Third Reich once and for all, and get rich while doing it. Players can choose from 4 different classes with their own highly developed skill tree and Warcry, a powerful ability that can be unleashed to buff yourself or the entire team. What you need to know about this game, and I'm going to say this and most of you are going to understand what I mean, it's from the creators of Payday. Alright, so let that sink in, kind of understand what that means. It is a 4-player cooperative shooter where you are all working together to achieve a certain goal, and now there are power-ups included that can buff yourself or the entire team. So that's essentially what's going on within Raid World War 2. I will also say that you should check out some gameplay of this one before you get it, because I did look at some gameplay. I like the way the game looks, but the reviews overall say that it is relatively shallow and gets to be relatively repetitive. So you should definitely, look at a Let's Play perhaps, check out some of the reviews to see if it is something you are interested in before you shell out your cash on consoles this week, or on PC for that matter. And to wrap things up, we have some honorable mentions. First off, Friday the 13th is appropriately getting a physical release on Friday, October 13th, which it warms my heart to know that that's happening. Then we have The Flame and the Flood coming to the Nintendo Switch, which is a very interesting roguelite survival game that has a very interesting art style and a fantastic original soundtrack. All I need is food and water to set me free. Then we have the King of Fighters 14 Anniversary Edition coming out on the PlayStation 4 for all of you fighting fans out there. And for fans of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a Telltale game, you are getting Episode 4, which is entitled Who Needs You this week. And with that, we pretty much wrap up this episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this video, drop me a like down below, and in the comments section, let me know if there are any of these games that really did catch your eye, if nothing is really that appealing, or if there is a game coming out soon that you are looking forward to. Leave it in the comment section down below, and if you happen to be new here, I do upload on YouTube throughout the week, and then I live stream on twitch.tv/TheSamuelAdams throughout the week as well, so you can check me out over there. But that's enough of that for now. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. I will talk to you soon. Peace.